truth live from where they decree it. Sylvia speaks, no filter, no buffer. Courtroom drama couldn't get any tougher.
When the gavel's first bang, to the witness turns tears, Sylvia's lens captures all your hopes and fears. Uploading justice one trial at a time, tuning every moment, edges sublime.
Welcome to the Sylvia Show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show. Welcome to the Sylvia Show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, the suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show. Faces tell stories, the courtroom can't hide. Sylvia's insights cut through the divide. From jury talks to the lawyer's secret, in Sylvia's world, you know you'll need it. Behind the scenes where whispers are loud, her lens reveals the truth in the crowd. Courtroom secrets laid bare to see. Stay curious with Sylvia Spree. Every objection, every sharp retort, Sylvia's there to give you the report. Exclusive footage no one else can snag, from catchy headlines straight to the tag. Welcome to the Sylvia Show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, the suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show. Welcome to the Sylvia Show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, the suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show.
Faces tell.
Hey everybody, hello. Hi guys, this is Sylvia. I wanted to bring you guys some update in regard to Lacy Boles' case. I do have potential trial date, and also I wanted to go over some documents, some filings that was done, and some of the reason why certain things have been taking so long. We already know this happened back in 2019. She didn't get arrested until 2020, May of 2020. But there are some things that has occurred in between the time of the original trial date till now, because they have set several trial dates, but each time there was something going on. We know one of the main things was Mr. Steele was dealing with the YSL trial, because we know that was the longest trial in history for the state of Georgia, was the YSL trial. But after the YSL trial ended, Mr. Steele went straight on to Jackie Johnson's trial, which I covered that trial. You guys, if you want to look at my channel, you'll see I was the camera person in that trial, and I completed that trial for the 4 weeks. For the 2.5 weeks. Mr. Steele got a direct verdict in that trial, and Miss Johnson was set free, and all charges was dropped against her. And the judge ruled, the direct verdict on her behalf. Then after that, Mr. Steele turned around and had another high-profile trial, which was the Diddy trial, which kept pushing this particular trial back and back and back. But here are some of the reasons why the judge did allow the postponement of this trial, is because a lot of things that were supposed to be provided by the state were not. And there was a lot of stipulations made and things like that I'm going to show you guys why certain things did not go as planned. And I know a lot of people was blaming Mr. Steele that he was doing all maneuvering as far as these other trials, but he had placed in between while he was waiting for evidence from the state, which did not happen. One of those evidence, y'all, was the cell phone. The cell phone was part, and as well as the um, the weapon and certain things they asked for, like the clothing and stuff like that. And at one point, they did a immunity hearing. And you know what immunity hearing is, right? We had one of those with Josh when Josh said it was self-defense. I don't know what Jolie's case was with Lacy. I'm sorry, her name is Jolene, but Lacy's case. But there was a hearing on immunity. So I'm wondering if it was a self-defense motion involved in that immunity. And I went through the documents and it was a self-defense in there. So now it gets me to thinking, self-defense, why? There's a lot of things that's not fitting well in this case. This case is like one of those Blues Clues type of case. You got to try to figure out. That's why this case definitely, I want to stay on board and listen to everything that's going on, because it's a lot. Then there are people who is reaching out to me from Miss Boles, not Miss Boles, but Mr. Akers' family and friends who mentioned that her dad worked for the sheriff department. So I don't know anything. I am just a reporter of information, and I'm going to give you guys the information that I have, and it's from the dockets. Okay. All right. Now let's talk about the court date. All right. I reached out to the attorney, and it is tentatively, and I need you guys to put it down on your calendar. It is tentatively set up for November the 9th. November the 9th is the date that they have penciled in for trial to begin. November 9th. And they're going to go through the whole process of jury selection and all that kind of stuff like they did before. All right. So that is, put that down on your little radar. I already have my Rule 22, because my Rule 22 is going to stand all the way to the trial, and then because the judge already gave me my Rule 22. So y'all don't have to worry about me being able to report from the courtroom. Yes, I can report. I can do the video. I have everything set up, so we're cool. We're good. So you don't have to worry about that. And Law and Crime will still be there, because their Rule 22 is as well as mine is good for the whole trial, pre-trial, and after the trial, even after the verdict. Okay. Now let's talk about some of the motions that were submitted in regarding to the cell phone. We just talked about the cell phone, right? There was something there. They had to stipulate an agreement between the two parties, right? And I'm going to show you guys this particular, hold on a second. This particular paperwork. Let me put my little, what's the name on here? Let me put my little trusty little thing here, whatever that thing is called. All right, here is, guys can see this? Oops, let me make it a little smaller. Can y'all guys see this? All right. Can you guys see this? Is that good enough for you guys to see? All right, let's go. This was a stipulation between the two sides, right? This was back in April 2025, which was last year sometime, right before they were supposed to do another trial. But you guys know Mr. Steele was called on to do Diddy's trial. And, you know, he went to do Diddy's trial, started in May 5th. Remember that? He started on May 5th at Diddy's trial. Okay. I was there at Diddy's trial. Remember, I was over there. Here's the stipulation between the two parties. Okay. It says, now comes the state of Georgia and counsel for defendant, and in good faith, willingly, knowingly, and voluntarily enter into a stipulated agreement between parties as follows. Number one, Daniel Lee Akers, hereinafter the decedent, died on or about December 22nd, 2019. As part of its investigation into the nature and circumstances around the death of the descendant, the law enforcement officer with the Paulding County GA Sheriff's Office took possession of a cellular phone, hereafter the phone, found at the scene of the descendant's death, which is believed to have been the property of the descendant. Number two, being without the passcode needed to access the phone, law enforcement officers subject the phone to a battery of forensic analysis using telephone software designed to break or open such device. After many months, for reason unknown to the state, the phone was disconnected from the software and was deemed impossible to access without passcode. Y'all hear that, right? All right. So it was deemed not accessible unless they had a password. Okay. Number three, in response to defense requests for the phone to be released from the custody of law enforcement for further analysis by a defense expert and unclear as to why the phone was disconnected from the software, the state in March 2025 executed a new search warrant to authorize further digital analysis of the phone. Subsequently, access to the phone was successfully made and data for the specific date range identified in the said search was downloaded. Data outside the date range identified in the search warrant was not downloaded, accessed, or reviewed. Number four, the parties hereby agree and consent for the Paulding County Sheriff's Office to conduct a full forensic download or a dump of the entire phone. It is fully contemplated and acknowledged that the full phone extraction will likely include data generated outside of the search warrant date range. Per the agreement, however, defendant agrees to lodge no objection to the full data extraction, preempting whether she would have standing to do so. The agreement shall limit neither defendant nor the state from lodging objection to the said data at trial on other grounds such as foundation, authenticity, chain of custody, etc. Instead, this agreement solely concerns objection regarding access to the said data for dates and date range which may far exceed the scope of the search warrant. It is further agreed that all data from the phone shall be disclosed to defendant through her counsel as soon as it becomes available to the state. Number five, by virtue of her signature below, it is acknowledged that the defendant has been made aware of the purposed phone analysis and extraction and has had her right to object to the same explained by counsel. assuming that she has standing to make any such objection, as waived in such objection and consents to the full download of the phone. It is so agreed among the parties before as the date of the filing of this instant pleading. And this is between Jason and Mr. Steele and Ray Lyles, and we have Lacy signing off on this too. So they stipulated that they were going to download everything from the phone, but they can object to things that did not stand in the date that they agreed upon, the specific date. Now, if they pull something down that they found that has nothing to do with those dates, even if it's something that's going to be incriminating to her, they are not allowed to talk about it. Only the things that's within the date. But in order for them to bring the stuff within the date, they had to download everything at that point. And so anything outside the scope of that time range, the date range, the data range, they're not going to bring that into this case. So only the stuff that they found within the date range that they can talk about, which most likely is where that, remember the call that I told you guys about where he recorded an argument they were having between the two of them. So I'm assuming that, well, I don't know for a fact, I'm assuming that the date of that argument had to been within the time frame that they requested. Okay. So that is that part. Now the thing that got me really like having my antennas on is the immunity request. I was trying to see if there was a motion in regarding to the immunity. What was she seeking at the time, right? And I could not find anything supporting the motion for that immunity. But let me go ahead and check because I had a lot of the hearsay stuff. But let me keep looking but I couldn't find anything to that motion of the immunity. So but I did see, oh, here it is. Okay, she asked for, okay, let me bring this up to you guys. This is 1/3 from the last one. Hold on a second. Share. One, two, three. I think it's this one. I think this is the one. Hold on. Is that on? No, this is the conflict of interest. I mean, this is the conflict because he had the YSL trial. That's conflict. Let me go. He had quite a few conflict letters that he sent to the judge stating that he couldn't be there because he was still doing the YSL trial. And then he had one where he was doing the Jackie Johnson's trial. And he talked about how long it's going to be, 4 weeks. Okay, let's see. All right, let me see if I can get it right here. Okay, I think I got it right here. All right, hold on. Let me just bring that up to you guys. All right, let's see. Let me see what it looks like. I think it looks like. Okay, hold on. Let me bring it over. Okay. Hold on a second. Let me just bring it up here. Share. All right. I can't see what it looked like. Okay, hold on. Is this it? Yeah, this is it. Good one, Sylvia. Okay, this is the motion for immunity that Mr. Steele put in for Jolie. And it says here, the motion for immunity. Now come defendant Miss Lacy Boles by and through undersigned counsel and hereby files this motion for immunity. In support of this motion for immunity, Ms. Boles shows as follows. 1. Ms. Boles was indicted by the grand jury of Paulding County. 2. Ms. Boles hereby respectively requests that this honorable court schedule a pre-trial immunity hearing to determine whether the above referenced bill of indictment must be dismissed and the above referenced case be barred from trial pursuant to the immunity statute codified in OCGA 16-3-24.2. See Muse versus State. It has a case law on that one. It says Ms. Boles assert the defense of self and others. You hear this? Ms. Boles assert the defense of self and others. I wish I was there for that hearing, because I really would like to know what was said for them to even think of the immunity. You know what I mean? I wonder what was said. Don't you guys wonder what was actually said? I don't see a full motion, the argument of the immunity. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can find immunity somewhere in here. Command find immunity. That's the only one I found for the motion of immunity, was that one. It doesn't give you a full reason. It didn't give you a guideline of what happened. All right. All right, so let me go ahead and finish this. Okay. The defense of self and others. Wherefore, Ms. Boles respectfully requests a hearing on this motion at the conclusion of same, as this honorable court grant the above reference relief and barred trial. We already know that didn't happen because they have already started trial. It's just something happened with the jurors. So the immunity for that was denied. And all right, so now we're going to go to the exculpatory. I can't even say that word. Exculpatory. I cannot say that word. Can someone say this word for me? EX. Let me show it to y'all. I can't say that word. Exculpatory. Exculpatory. All right, I think that's. I can't. I get tongue tied with certain words. Somebody do the enunciation for me on this one here. Expulsatory. EXCULPATORY. Exculpatory. That's the way I'm going to say it. I'm going to leave it that way, okay? Exculpatory. All right. Exculpatory. Right? That's the way you say it, right? Exculpatory. Look, that's the way you're going to get it. Okay, I ain't going to get any better because I get tongue-tied of that kind of word. Okay. A motion to specifically set trial after reviewing and testing the potential exculpatory evidence. Now come defendant Ms. Lacy Boles by and through undersigned counsel, and hereby file this motion for a specially set trial after review / testing of potential exculpatory evidence in the above referenced case. In support of this motion, Ms. Boles shows as follows. Ms. Boles appreciates this honorable court's effort and courtesy to specially set above reference case for trial. Prior to a specially setting same, Ms. Boles seeks to test evidence in the sole possession of the prosecutor, in which, upon information and belief, may contain exculpatory information that is critical to the defense case. Specifically, the cell telephone of a deceased is in the state's custody, and based upon information and belief, the prosecution has made multiple unsuccessful attempts to open the content of the deceased cellular telephone. Number 3, Ms. Boles' counsel has requested the state to allow Ms. Boles' expert to be permitted to attempt to unlock the content of the deceased cellular telephone. The prosecutor has no objection to the same in principle, however, does not wish to release this potential evidence to the independent expert without having some control over the evidence. The independent expert has assured the parties that if given possession of the same and permitted to work on to unlock its contents, that he would not do anything inappropriate, would hold the evidence by himself, and would report back to the facts that there was no tampering with this evidence. To date, the prosecution and the defense, while negotiating professionally and in good faith, are unable to achieve a resolution to permit the independent expert to take possession of this phone and attempt to unlock the same. Thus, the party respectively requests this honorable court conduct a hearing to determine and fashions of a remedy and order this phone to be analyzed by a competent expert. Number 5, after this evidence is reviewed, there is also a firearm that the defense may wish to subject to independent testing. However, just like this deceased telephone, the prosecution does not wish to release this piece of evidence to an independent expert. The prosecution cannot find an expert to test the firearm in a manner that both sides have requested. Oh my God, y'all. After the above evidence is analyzed, both sides request that the honorable court specially set the case for trial. Undersigned counsel Brian Steele has trial conflict for most of the year 2025 and the beginning of year 2026. At this time, thus, the prosecution and undersigned counsel would request the court conduct a status conference concerning the above. Wherefore, Ms. Boles respectively requests the following relief. 1, number 1, that a hearing on this motion be conducted and that this honorable court grant the above request relief to facilitate the independent testing of evidence which contain, upon information and belief, exculpatory information, and number 2, that this court conduct a status conference with a goal of specially setting this case for trial. This 4th day of March 2025, respectively submitted, Brian Steele. Y'all, this man has been working. Oh, I said the word right. I was right. I don't know. I get tongue-tied with certain words, y'all. I mean, y'all, you're talking to a girl that was a foreigner, okay? Some words just get twisted in my head, and I be trying to think right, okay? At least I know my weakness. I know my weaknesses, y'all. But I have moved past my weakness, and I stand on that, okay? Okay, so that is, you was way behind. So that was that part of, so now we know the two situation that kept this case from moving forward, right? Not just the involvement of Mr. Steele with other cases, but he was doing other cases in between because there was a problem with getting the evidence of that phone. And they couldn't agree on how to get the access from the stuff in the phone, because remember they said that the phone got it. Something seems very fishy, y'all. Something's very fishy. What do y'all think? What do y'all think? There's something sour in the milk. What do you think, guys? Do you think there's something sour in the milk? Do y'all think something is sour in the milk? I don't know who left the milk out on the table, but something made the milk sour. I wonder what it is. Yeah, what is going on in this case? And I am definitely not a conspiracy theorist. Definitely am I not one. But this is kind of like a whodunit type of thing. You know what I mean? So many theories, and I can't even get anybody to even give me some straight answers to this case. I'm serious. I can't get any straight answers. I get a lot of conspiracy, a lot of people dealing with emotion, and I want the facts. I want the facts in this, not emotions, because I know this is a very emotional type of case. I have to listen again. My daughter is distracting me. It's okay. See, we understand. But something is not fitting well in this case. Something is not, and I'm reading these motion. I've been reading the documents inside of paperwork, and it's giving you Blue's Clues type of vibe. It's giving you Blue's Clues type of vibe. Seriously, it does give you that kind of Blue's Clues vibe. Like, there's something missing here, and we need to figure it out. Okay? We need to figure out. It's not a slam dunk because all the craziness is happening. I mean, even with the juror situation, come on, y'all. We should have been at trial. I should have been sitting inside a courtroom with this trial. I'm serious. Why would a juror so happen to be going after you sworn in? I mean, I know y'all, I'm beating a dead horse, but why would a juror, after being sworn in, go and do something like that? Now it's making the whole integrity of this whole case a shamble. You get what I'm saying now? You have the family who wants some closure to this case. They want some answers. They want some closure. And then the jury want to do mess like that. I mean, I know everybody has some emotions all involved in it, but you got to do what is right. You got to stick with what's right in doing this case. You know, we can't just do all kind of craziness. You get what I mean? You get what I'm saying, y'all? This case is very strange. You get what I'm saying? It's very strange. It's giving me weird vibes. And I am not a conspiracy theorist. And you know what? I want to play something for you guys. And I don't know if I got a chance to play it for you before, but I'm going to play something for y'all. I want to play something. Let me see if I can get it to be the play so you guys can hear it. I want to play something for y'all. In regard to this case, I got to stick this back into the computer. Hold on, y'all. Let me stick this back in the computer here. I want to play something for y'all. And you guys listen to this. And I talked about it the other day, but I want you guys to hear this. Let me know if you can hear this. You ready? Can y'all hear this?
In a text this morning, I am not going to be a good witness. In a text this morning, I am not going to be a good witness because I want nothing to do with it. In a text this morning.
Okay, did y'all hear? Are y'all able to hear what I'm playing? I just want to know if y'all able to hear what I'm playing. Lewis, I am not a legal expert. Yeah, you can hear. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. All right, here we go. I'm going to play this. This is the prosecutor talking about the individual who is trying not to come to court. And he is the individual I told you that was a police officer. He's no longer with the sheriff department. Now, police officer with the sheriff department. Now, come on, y'all. What did we hear before? What did we just talk about a few minutes ago? What did we talk about? We talked about the cell phone, right? We talked about the cell phone being with the sheriff department. We talked about that, right? But listen to this guy. Listen what he says to the to the prosecutor. Listen. He says the prosecutor said he got a text message today. Earlier in the other day. But listen what he said. And I am not a conspiracy theorist. Okay? But listen to this. I'm going to make it as loud as possible. Ready? Let's go.
In a text this morning, I am not going to be a good witness because I want nothing to do that takes place at that courthouse. And that's where I have a problem because it seems to be...
He said the witness texted him this morning and told him that he does not want anything to do with what goes on in that courthouse. He is not going to come and be a witness. You hear this, y'all? We talked about this, okay? Listen to what he said. If I have to replay it again so y'all can listen carefully, I want you guys to listen, okay? I'm here to provide information to you guys, not to set any definitive answer to anything. I'm just giving you guys info, okay? Giving you guys some info.
And that's where I have a problem because it seems to be telegraphing to me, you don't want to call me because I don't want to be there anyway. And that's a real problem.
He said, the guy said, you don't want to call me because I don't want to be there anyway. And so the prosecutor said that's a real problem for him. It's a real problem because not only he's being defiant to the subpoena, but he says if he comes in, he's not going to be a good witness for him because he's basically going to sabotage his case. So the prosecutor is seeking some help from the judge. Judge, help. Well, I mean, help. This guy says he's not coming because there's stuff happening in the courtroom. The Mason stuff. He's against the masonry, whatever thing he's talking about that goes on in the courtroom, and he doesn't want to be part of it, and he does not want to walk in. And if he has to come there, you're going to have a problem because I'm going to mess up your case.
There anyway, and that's a real problem because we have a right to call him just like the defense has a right when we were in.
He says we have a right to call him just like the defense has a right to call whoever they want to call. Now this guy's basically threatening us. He's our witness, and he's threatening us that he's gonna sabotage our case. Listen.
I didn't choose to call anybody at all, but you cross a line when you almost barely send a thinly veiled threat. You don't want to call me because I don't want to be there anyway.
He's basically threatening him. He threatened because he don't want to be there anyway. You force me to come into that demonic place, I'm gonna wreck your defense, your case right now. So you better not call me. He's threatening them.
Because I don't want to be there anyway. And I don't know that some court wants to address him personally before he gets called, or I just want to get into your arena and let you be thinking about that possibly. He's been really reticent to come here because this building is associated with kind of a Masonic lodge.
He said this building is associated with the Masonic Lounge. He wants help from the judge. Judge, help! Help us, judge! And he said, you don't want to call me because I'm going to wreck your stuff. Oh, you don't want to call me. Yeah, I'm telling you, this case here is the weirdest case. It's weird. This young man is deceased, and they have this kind of nonsense going on. I mean, it's crazy. The family needs some closure. They need some answers. But they're talking about somebody that does not want to come in there because of Masonic Lounge and stuff that goes on in here and blah, 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 blah. It's crazy.
The Masonic Lodge, according to him, he's no longer with the sheriff's office, but
he said the Masonic Lounge is recording him. Oh my God.
Like I said, Judge, logistical problems, personal scheduling, things like that will work with me across the line and be able to work it out. And I'm not going to be able to live this for you because I'm going to be there anyway. And I really would ask that you won't lose that concern. I would need for that line to bring possibly the understand your religious beliefs and everything like that, but you cannot sit here and tell somebody that you're going to tank their case because you don't believe it. And that's a real problem, especially from former law enforcement officers. So
He said you cannot tell somebody you're going to tank their case. And he said basically this is an ex-law enforcement person. I mean, how can he say something like this? Why? This is a law enforcement individual that's telling us this. He's going to wreck the case.
former law enforcement officers, that's an issue.
That's some issue he said to have. He has some issue with that. He really does. Judge, help.
Can we have a copy of all the correspondence?
So Mr. Steele goes and asks, can we have the copies of all the correspondence between Steele said, let me get everything. I want everything because I want to see what's going on. Maybe I could talk to him that is with and find out what is he talking about or whatever. I want all the correspondence because it might be some exculpatory information in this for us. This could help my client. Exculpatory. I said it right? Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Mrs. Steele said it might be some bias stuff in this. And look, the prosecutor goes say, oh, no. It's not bias against the defense. It's a bias against the state. Hold on.
Showing the correspondence and the bias and the motives. And so
I'm sorry, go ahead.
the bias and the motive would go against the state for calling it as mad at us, and I'm glad to show it to the speaker.
Well, I certainly can't be started. I testify to court, they want to testify. Sometimes they kind of feeling that they're trying to exaggerate. So it happens. I'm not quite sure what the remedy is.
He said he's not sure what the remedy is.
If you have a specific request for me, I'll consider it. All right, thank you.
Y'all heard that, right? He said he does not know what the remedy. He says you're gonna have people not wanting to testify and things like that. So I got all these phone calls coming through here. Why is all these people calling me? So all right, so that is one of the things I wanted to bring to you guys' attention in regard, because I talked about it the other day. I just wanted to play the actual comment that was made by the prosecution to the judge and trying to seek some assistance in trying to get this person to come in and do the right thing in testimony and not wreck their case. Now you got jurors wrecking the case. You got police, state witness trying to wreck this case. I mean, what in the world is going on here? What is going on? All right, the family needs some closure. They need some answers. But it's really giving me Blue's Clues vibe. This case for real, and it's serious. Blue's Clues vibes. Doesn't make sense. Jim, hey. Jim said, where is the accountability of the police that thought they were, to be honest, their officers took an oath and to hold up hello? Jim, I agree with you. I was looking for you the other day. Where were you? I've been looking for you, Jim. There was something I was looking for you about. There was something. I think it was about the juror. Were you in here when we were doing the juror situation? I was looking for you about that because it was crazy. It was crazy listening to that juror telling, I try to take as much note as possible. And you know what I got to do? I got to go listen to it, and then I got to go listen to my note. I'm not my notes. I got to go read my notes. You hear me saying, listen. I had to listen to this thing here, but working. I was listening. Oh, you was listening? Okay, I was looking for you. So Jim, are you in the state of Georgia? Because I saw some family members that was there at the courthouse. I saw quite a few. It was about 15 people deep, strong, on over there sitting in the prosecution side. And I believe it was some of Daniel's family members, because a couple of them was looking over at Lacy. So I thought maybe it was some of you guys' family. It was deep. It was about 15 people strong. And I did talk. Well, I didn't talk to anybody. I kind of like gave some information because some people didn't understand what was going on, and I explained to them what was happening as far as the juror. Yeah, and I stand out very well. I'm like the only Black person in the courtroom sitting there, so I am very well noticed. No, I'm in New Jersey. I wish I could have made it. Well, you'll be able to see it. Look, the tentative date is November the 9th for trial to start. Do you think you could be able to come down for that around November? It's the tentative date is November the 9th for new jury selection type of thing. They're gonna be sending out the jurors questionnaire. Hopefully nobody's watching my channel. Nobody's checking out the news once they get the jury selection notice. Oh my God, the phone's ringing. Okay, anybody have any questions? Because I'm about to take my butt off this live. I will be coming back with more paperwork as I get them, and I'm still trying to figure out the self-defense immunity request. I know what Josh thing's situation was. Remember when Josh's situation? Josh shot that man because that man charged at him and he was defending himself. Josh woke up. They were all in his room. Blah blah blah. The guy came. He said, he was drunk and he was coming in after him. And Josh said he feared for his life and he shot him. Now I'm trying to figure out what was Lacy's reason for putting an immunity self-defense. If he unalive himself, what would be the self-defense if he's unaliving himself? Just a question, y'all. Just a question. To get your mind just have to be like, what is going on? And remember, y'all, I am a very neutral party, so I'm going to bring questions on both sides of this, okay? So I am a little confused in this immunity hearing in the self-defense. I didn't know that. I'm just learning this today. You get what I'm saying? I'm learning this today. I'm like, okay, because I have some experience in immunity hearing because I've dealt with Josh. I dealt with this other case. Now, if somebody unalived themselves, why is the defendant asking for immunity? Immunity is saying that, they had a right to do this particular thing because it was protecting themselves. Miss Sylvia, missed you, Sylvia. Sorry, I haven't been around to show my love and support. Where you been, Jody? You okay? You're good? Jody, you're supposed to send me a message or something to let me know that everything's cool with you. You know that? Are you good? Everything's fine with you? Yeah, that's very strange, y'all. It's very strange. Immunity. And I was listening to, and I've been sneaking over there to the Facebook page with the group that is supporting Daniel, and that's a very good group, guys. Go check them out. But it's none of that craziness, no attack, none of that stuff. Though if you're going in there to be messy, don't go in there. But one of the things they put in there, and a lot of people do love Mr. Steele. Now they love his work and everything, but one of the questions that was put inside that group chat is if Ms. Boles believed that he unalived himself, why get an attorney like Mr. Steele? Says, I am really trying to support my aunt and the rest of the family. I want to know why there's not taking phone recording in evidence of cheating and something like that. Either way, that's a motive. Okay, let me tell you why, Jim. Because the things that was said on the call itself, it's considered hearsay. And hearsay, you can't bring hearsay in there when a person's deceased unless there was some sort of like police officer. Because a lot of hearsay, there's not an oath being taken. You get what I'm saying? There's not an oath being taken. So you don't know if the person's telling the truth, and you can't use another person's word to that cannot answer to it unless they're testifying to it. You get what I mean? Unless that person that has told you this is testifying to what was said to them, then you cannot use hearsay. I'm good, love. I just had cancer scare. All clear, God. Thank God. But still need surgery. Kids are home on break. Lots going on. Oh, Jody. Man, Jody, please don't scare me like that. Please don't scare me, because there's so many people that have that ugly C word. Please don't scare me. But I'm glad everything's good. I'm glad. Last time you been in here was it March? I think that's the last time you've been in here when you was doing the rallying and trying to get these folks to support me financially, and they never did. They never did. Jody, they didn't do it. They just left me hanging out there, and I've been like swimming. I've been working like crazy too, like a Hebrew slave. I've been working, trying to get these bills paid and stop these bill collectors calling me. They keep calling me too. They keep harassing me. They need to stop bothering me. They keep harassing me. Every time I turn around, somebody trying to get some money out of you. But that's beside the point. But let's get back to Jim. But that's the reason why, Jim, because they consider it hearsay, and it's not. Daniel's not here to verify You know what I mean? That this happened again. Jody's not. I mean, not Jolie. Um. Uh. It's hearsay. Sorry, I just got a brain fart for a minute. Can't remember what I was thinking about. I lost my debit card, so my membership lapsed because I didn't update my Apple Pay with my new card. Now I'm on it now. Okay, thank you, Jody. But I'm glad you're good. I'm glad you're good. Um, it's sad. It's sad. But I just pray that closure comes. This is a hard case, y'all. This is a very hard case. Very hard case. Really, really hard. And because you don't know what. Jeez. Ah, it's hard. I mean, anything can happen. You know what I'm saying? Anything can happen. It's hard. Y'all know I have to stay neutral, y'all. I can't tell you what I feel. I'm not giving you my opinion about this because it's not about my opinion. I'm just gonna give you both sides of it. Gonna bring some questions for you guys. Have you guys put on your thinking cap on both sides now. I am not here to be a judge or jury or anything like that. I'm just here to provide information. And all the information that I can provide for you, I'm going to give it to you. Now, after the case, I'm going to give you my opinion. But right now, you're not going to get my opinion. I'm just going to ask questions. I was told to stay out of these cases, so I'm going to stay out of them. I'm just not going to try to get insiders information. Nope, I'm staying out. I'm minding my business. I'm just going to provide information to you guys. Updates, that's it. No, nothing personal. Nothing personal. I'm gonna stick to that, okay, y'all? But anyway, I got these people calling me, all these weird numbers. Got all these weird numbers calling me. Thank you, Naughty Land, for the Zelle. Thank you. Naughty Land just sold into the ministry over here. It is a form of ministry. Thank you, Naughty Land. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. But as usual, guys, please keep the family in prayer, both sides, wherever side you stand on. Please keep both sides in your prayer because this is a hard thing on both family. The children, keep the children in prayer because, a loved one is lost. A life is lost, and it's lost not in a way that it should be lost. You know what I'm saying? I know we all got to leave this place some kind of way, but a tragic type of it's very hard for a life to be taken that way, and nobody wins. Both sides lose. You know what I mean? And it's hard, and it's hard for the hearts. I know it's hard for forgiveness. It's hard for both sides because we don't really know what happened. People speculate. Only two knows is the people that was there in the household. That's the only ones that know exactly what the facts were. They might speculate. A lot of people saying that there was some things going on in that relationship. And yes, it could have led to something like this. But we don't know. Okay? So, In the meantime, y'all, if I hear anything, if I read anything, I will be bringing it to you guys' attention. Okay. Gotta get ready to get my butt on out of here because I gotta go to work at 6 o'clock and I need to get myself together. So you guys have a great, great evening. Don't forget, members, on Monday we will continue the testimony. We're gonna do a testimony of Amber, and then the next day we're gonna do a testimony of Karina. We're gonna do a testimony of the co-workers, the doctor, the forensic, the medical examiner. We're gonna go and we're gonna listen to those calls. There you go, Jody. She got her membership back. But those who have membership, those who wants to hear it on membership, I'll keep those things on membership only, calls and things like that. Because if so innocent, why such high pro? That's what I heard. Yes, that is what I heard. That is what I was talking about. Jim says, if so innocent, why such high-profile lawyers, especially children and families on both sides, will be devastated either way? God got a plan. Amen. Yeah, he does have a plan. And I just want truth to be revealed. I want whatever happened, I want the truth to come out. I don't want people try to make things, sabotage things. I want God to really reign in this. I want individuals' hearts to be healed. If forgiveness needs to be set, I want them to be able to forgive one another. I just want the truth to come out. Welcome back, Jody. But gotta go, y'all. I gotta go. I will see you guys later. Don't forget to share this. I'm trying to keep it in on YouTube. The reason why is because I want my numbers to go back up, right? I want to be able to come and sit here and be able to bring you content and stop trying to, work. I mean, and I'm grateful. I'm telling you right now, I am grateful and not complaining. I'm grateful to God to be able to have something, to have some income coming in. Yeah, me too. 6.5 years of pain. I know it's a lot. That's a lot to take in. That's a lot. Thank you, Jody, for the super chat. Appreciate you, Jody. Thank you. Listen, Jim. You know what I did see when I was in the courtroom? I see two sides divided, angry and wanting answers. I see a father and a mother. I'm talking about Lacy's parents. They've been there. I've seen her dad from the time I've been covering this. And I see her mom. I saw her in the hallways. I sat next to them a few times because I sit where there's less people, because I want to do observation. I want to observe everything because I'm looking around at everything that's going on in the courtroom. But I see individuals hurting. I see anger, and it's rightly so, because no one should die that way, right? But if it's a possibility, Jim, if it's a possibility that Daniel took his own life, if it's something that happened like that, do you think the family is more angry that they don't want it? They don't want to face it's a possibility that he did it, and because of the Christian lifestyle they live, that they know that God says that this is something that's not forgiven, that they want it to be a Lacy? I'm just asking that question. Just asking. Do you think that he might have been hurt, that God forbid that if say she was cheating and he find out? Do you think that could be a possibility? Like he just was so hurt, or I don't know. And then it could be a situation like that last lady. What's that other woman? What's that woman? What the one was it? Richin, Corey Richin, where she had an insurance policy on her husband and wanted to wipe him out. Was there insurance involved in this case here? Do we know? I don't know. I don't know. But it's a lot of fishy stuff that's going on. Something weird, something not matching. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. Yeah, Corey Richard. Yeah, that if it's a case like that, I mean, she was treacherous. She was horrible. Hey, tall glass. Do you think it'd be something like that? Because that woman was terrible, but she was terrible from the beginning, y'all. That lady was terrible from the beginning of that case. I don't know. All right, my loved ones. I'll see you guys later. I got to get myself ready. I got to go to work, and I have to. We got to do a campaign later on. We're going to do a campaign to get me some tires. Now that I see Jody here. Jody, look, we got to do another campaign, Jody. They messed up my campaign, the last one. You know, I got to show you guys something that I Googled my name. I Googled Infamous Sylvia. You know what? Let me Google it right now so you guys can see what it says about me. Let me show you. Let me show y'all. Hold on. I'm going to Google it. Since everybody Googling people name and doing Chat GPT, I want to tell you what Chat GPT and I'm saying the AI said about me. I'm going to show you guys. Look, let me show you what AI said about me. Hold on, Jody. Let me show you what AI said about me. Let me show y'all. I went and did an AI search on me. Let me tell you. Look at this, y'all. Look at this. Let me get this off of it. Let me show you what the AI said about me, Jody. Look. AI said, Infamous Sylvia, y'all. It says, Infamous Sylvia, real name is Sylvia Parks Tumasimi, as well as a well-known independent true crime blogger, podcaster, and digital media creator who has gained worldwide attention for her boots on the ground coverage of high-profile criminal trial, operating primarily through her Infamous Sylvia YouTube channel. She focused on live updates, court analysis, jail calls, and interviews, right? She is most widely recognized for two major controversy. Look at the two major controversy they got me at. Look. The YSL jurors nickname controversy. During her extensive daily coverage of the YSL Young Slime racketeering trial involving rapper Young Thug in Fulton County, Georgia, she drew the ire of the court in September 2024. A court bailiff discovered that during her live stream, she was identifying jurors by their seated arrangement, race, gender, and assigning them what the judge deemed disrespectful and derogatory nicknames. Y'all see that, y'all? And Law and Crime did that, talked about me on that one. Look. And then he says the court's response. She was escorted out of the courtroom and the presiding judge formally scolded her. You know, they lied. I was not escorted out of the courtroom. You see how they lied like that? You see that? Look, you see how they lied? They lied. They said I was escorted out of the courtroom. That's a lie. And it says, she was escorted out of the courtroom and the presiding judge formally scolded her. The judge compared her behavior as mean behavior on the playground. The question her integrity. That couldn't have said that about me. Oh my God. And then Sylvia's defense. She says she maintained that she operates with factual reporting and utmost respect, claiming the nicknames were merely movie titles, cartoon characters like SpongeBob. However, she ultimately apologized and agreed to stop using them. You see what they say about me? Oh God. It says in 2022, arrest at the R. Kelly trial. Prior to her YSL coverage, Tumasimi covered the federal criminal trial of singer R. Kelly in Chicago. In September 2022, she was arrested outside the Dirksen U.S. courthouse and charged with a misdemeanor count of battery after a rival trial vlogger accused her of slapping her in the face. Tumasimi denies the physical altercation, claiming she was unfairly targeted without proper investigation, and returned to court immediately after being released on a recognized bond. Are you looking for specific dates on cases and she is covering? And would you like to know more of the rule of independent blogger in courtrooms? And question mark. You see what they say about me, y'all? And if you go find out, if you go say, I need more, tell me more about Sylvia. Tell me more about infamous Sylvia. I'm going to show you what else they said about me. Look, I put tell me more about, okay. Infamous Sylvia is a distinguished voice in the true crime community who blends traditional courtroom observation with internet culture, jailhouse correspondence, and interactive blogging, right? Her identity, content model, and controversies details how she operates. The origin of her name. Her channel was originally handed down by her detractors. After a rival... Oh my God. After a rival creator made a video targeting her, she decided to embrace the title Infamous Sylvia, finding it catchy, fitting for her unorthodox, direct, and polarizing approach of investigative report. Content format and channel style. Operating her Infamous Sylvia YouTube channel, she produced a heavy volume of content. Amassing thousands of videos and over 42,000 subscribers, her coverage goes beyond reading public headlines. Boots on the ground reporting. She physically travels to high-stake federal and state courtrooms to sit in the gallery as an independent observer. Jailhouse correspondent. A major pillar of her channel involves reviewing jail mail, organizing jailhouse calls. Jailhouse phone calls, and conducting in-person inmate visits, such as her extensive series interacting with an inmate called Nesto. You see that, y'all? Look at this. The entertainment twist. She openly infuses her true crime analysis with humor and real human connection. She promotes a philosophy that laughter is good medicine, which sometimes walk a fine line between serious legal reporting and digital entertainment. Pushback from the legal system. Because her content relies heavily on community dialogue and live interaction, she has frequently clashed with traditional legal boundaries. In the YSL juror incidents, when reprimanded by Judge Paige Reese Whitaker in the YSL trial, her live streams were noted from cataloging jurors by race, gender, and physical placement, while Sylvia argues that she was trying to maintain anonymity by using nicknames like SpongeBob. In the court ruled that complying descriptive demographic physical trait along with nickname poses a risk to juror safety and privacy. Yeah, right. No, it didn't. The trial blogger ecosystem. Her 2022 arrest outside of R. Kelly trial highlights the aggressive, often hyper competitive nature of model courthouse steps blogging, while independent content creators battle the exclusive angle, interviews, and viewers. Would you like to explore a specific video segment of her channel and look into illegal cases she is actively analyzing? Let's ask for that one. Let's see. Okay. Okay, I need to get off this live because we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going. Look. Mom attorney take over. They give all the little look, they've been all in my stuff, y'all. Well, if y'all want to Google me, y'all can go Google me, okay? I had no idea you were Nancy Grace. I didn't know it either, Jody. I didn't know it either. They didn't mention Edric. They're probably going to mention that next. Oh, they didn't. They did. They got Melanie right there. Look, they mentioned Melanie and me. Yeah, there it is right there. This is the Edric Foster, this one. She moved past the surface headline debating. Look. Y'all can go down the rabbit hole and then you'll hear everything about me, y'all. Look at it. Look, Edric Frost right here. Look. You see? It's all right there. They mention it, though, Jody. You just ask and they mention it. I think so, too, Jody. They're a fan. They dug me up. Y'all. Well, anyway, Jody. You said how much was my tire? It was $390 something, $394.04. But I'm going the cheap route, the inexpensive route, the Walmart inexpensive route. That's the route I was going by. I need tires, y'all, because yesterday I was going up somebody's driveway and it had like the slit thing, and the thing went shit. I couldn't even go. I had to walk up the thing. I had to walk up. They did. If you Google some more about me, y'all gonna see more and more stuff pop up. They even talk about me being broke. Look, I'm gonna tell you. I'll say what happened to her. Look, what about her being her financial? What about her financial struggles? Watch what it says about me. Look. Infamous Sylvia financial struggle are directly reflected to her violation and unpredictable nature of her independent boots on the ground crime vlogging. Because she does not operate with a corporate backing, her reporting model creates major financial strain. The cost of travel and court attendance, she spent significant money traveling across state line and attending multi-week and multi-month trials, such as renting accommodation and covering daily expenses in Chicago for the R. Kelly trial and the Atlanta YSL trial. AdSense violation demonetization. Like many content creators cover explicit crime cases, jail mail, and sensitive legal element, her videos frequently walk the line of YouTube advertise-friendly content guideline. Sudden demonetization or limited ads on controversial streams directly impact her primary source of income. Legal costs and court demands, defending against local court sanction, managing bail and legal representation on courthouse steps, altercations such as her 2022 battery arrest, and handling litigation like her federal copyright infringement lawsuit, Tumasimi versus Jackson, require out-of-pocket capital, crowdfunding, and viewer support. To mitigate these stress, she relies heavily on direct audience support. She continuously asks viewers for channels membership, super chat during her live stream, and private donation to keep her independent operation afloat. Would you like to know how YouTube policy is true impact crime creator financially, or explore her specific legal dispute over digital content? See, y'all, you see? I ain't lie, y'all. There it is right there. Yes, I got demonetized before. Yep, I got demonetized. Yep, there it is right there. See, folks be thinking I'm lying, Jody. They be thinking I'm lying, Rosie. All the rest, they be thinking that. And that's why my channel don't get paid, because YouTube guidelines don't push it out to now let me go and start doing stuff talking about people gossiping. I bet you I'll be paid. But real life stuff, they don't pay you. No, they don't. But let me sit around and talk about people who's sleeping with who and that kind of stuff. But anyway, let me get off this. Let me get off my soap opera. But I just wanted to show you guys that what they say about me. Just Google me, you'll see. Just not Google, just chat GPT me. You see what they say about me. Let me tell you the reason why I chat GPT myself, because the jurors chat GPT Lacy Boles, and that's why I chat GPT myself. And I'm like, let me see what they say about me. I said, they talk about me. But anyway, let me go. I will see you guys later. I got to get my butt to it. Look, they're going to talk about me going to work at Domino's too. Watch. Before you know it, they're going to be talking about Domino's. They're going to put chat. What is infamous Sylvia doing right now? They're going to be talking about my Domino's, because what they do is watch my channel, and they analyze what I'm saying, and they go and put it out. That's what they do. But anyway, I got to go, y'all. Later. Love y'all. Bye. And great seeing you again, Jody. Bye. No, you have your morals, right? I think I Venmo you before, so I can find it. No more super chat. Love you. Happy Juneteenth to you too. Yeah, you should have me, because yeah, you did do my Venmo before. I'm in your Venmo system, I think. I think I am. Let me see if I can send you a message. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. I said, let's see. Hold on. Hold on, Jody. Does it let me send you a message? I just send you a message to my through my Venmo. I just send you a message, so you should see me. All right, guys. I gotta go now. Love you guys. Seriously, I gotta get myself together. I gotta go to work. Bye. Hey, Jim, are you at work? I'll see you later, Jim. Bye. Bye, everybody. Peace out.
Thank you for watching the infamous Sylvia channel, where laughter and fun make up our panel. Together we build this digital spree. We appreciate you and our growing family. With mods by our side and chat flowing free in this online space. It's just you and me. We laugh until tears roll down like the rain. this virtual world, you ease all my pains. We're family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Mars and chat, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night. We cherish the moments, the highs and lows, from the latest gossip to stories untold. You're more than a viewer, you're part of the crew in this space of ours. It's all because of you. This digital world where emotion is shared, every post and reaction showing we care. The love is real in this virtual domain. With every sign, enjoys what we'll gain. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Mars and chat, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Mars and chat, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night. This digital world where emotion is shared, every post and reaction showing we care. The love is real in this virtual domain. With every sign, enjoys what we'll gain. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Mars and chat, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night.